Okay, we needed to delete a video. We ran out of storage in the phone and it just cut us off. So this is still 1993, and I think we're down around March somewhere. And we just got done talking about from notes that John and Brad had skied, and then the way she's written that note, it must mean that she stayed in the building overlooking the ski slope. But anyway, these people's. Tell about who owns it. And I got to grab something. I'll be right back. Tell who owns it and all that. Perfect.
Perfect Slope was down close to Lawrenceburg. And my cousin, apparently, not my cousin, but my mother's, maybe it was my dad's, one of my parents, I think he was a cousin of theirs. And they built a ski slope, which was kind of unusual for southern Indiana. This area was down by the Ohio River on the far east side of Indiana. Not far, we lived not far in a little town called Bright, not far from Lawrenceburg and the Ohio-Indiana state line. But anyway.
Are you still talking?
Well,
or are you running out?
I'm running out. I don't know why you're not here.
I'll be right there. What did we say about March? Where we left off?
I don't know. This is really confusing.
No, honey. Just. If you...
All right, March. I've got Brad had spring break.
Okay.
And
it's easy. Yep. What else you see in March?
Really much.
All right, move on into April.
You know, on this calendar I did things a little bit differently because I put down the things we went to do, but I don't know that I actually put them in the pages.
Okay, well, you think there's somewhere else? Just go with what you got right now, honey.
Okay, I've got, for the year of 1993, it looks like we took, we went on a cruise.
Yeah.
And I've just got cruise written down here, and I have no idea.
That's okay. We already said that. Let's just move on.
Okay, and then it looks like we went to that was in July. We went to
Washington.
In May, we went on Memorial Day weekend. We went to Cincinnati.
To visit your folks.
Probably.
Yes, all right.
There's Risley again, Risley Grooming. We're doing things with Risley.
Okay.
Okay. Then in June, went to Mom and Dad's again. Then I've got that we went on a cruise on the 7th of June,
Okay.
but I don't have any notes about it.
All right. Well, we went 2 or 3 cruises, and they were all either Bahamas or Cancun or Cozumel, and sometimes they were with our group of Terra people. That happened a few. No, not cruises. Our cruises were where we got off in Key West, or got on the boat maybe in Key West, and we went to. I remember Cancun and Cozumel rings a bell, and sometimes we got off and went in. One time was with a seed corn thing. One time was with another guy I knew up in Kentucky. Just different. To be honest with you, they were all short 3 and 4 night cruises that we took on the chemicals. We didn't do a long cruise until just the last couple of years. All right, what else you got?
On Father's Day, I've got Chattanooga. Rafting in Chattanooga.
Okay.
That must have been when we went with the Smiths and those
Smiths
people.
and all the medical people, all the hospital people.
Yeah.
All right, we took a trip to Chattanooga and did the raft thing on
It's
the
on the Ocoee.
Ocoee River.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Shirley and I sat across from each other, and we hit a big bump in the water, and we just joined.
He fell on top of me, to be more exact.
All right. It was it's something that you want to do once, you know. It was a cool thing to do, and we were at the time 45, 50 years old, and so it was okay. You know, we had a good time. And I remember Dr. Smith didn't want me to smoke a cigar or something, but that just sticks in my mind, so no big deal. Dr. Smith's kind of a buddy of mine now. Back then we didn't know each other that well. His wife was real nice. I liked his wife.
His wife's Jamie, and she has some muscular dystrophy or something like that.
She was in a wheelchair.
And then she became ill, and she died pretty young.
About 3, 4, 5 years ago, 6, 7 maybe. Yeah.
It's been longer than that, but anyway, she was young. I think she was not 50, so she was in her 40s or something when she died.
Yeah.
Okay, on the 26th of June, we went to the McKee wedding.
McKee wedding, okay. There was a wedding, okay, over in Castilian Springs at a house that is a historical thing. McKee's did a real good job with their daughters on weddings, and it was a lot of fun. I think Jimmy Walker came, and I was there, and some of the people that I knew from work, and it was first class thing, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah. What else you got?
I've got Sioux City down here for some reason on June 29th. Do you remember?
I have no idea.
I got then John Back Lake, so.
Well, I could have went to Sioux City for some meeting. I mean, I do remember meeting one of Bill Turner's guys in Sioux City. I think we went out there for something that we won or something. It was an internal thing, and we went to a meeting, and a lot of the people I knew out there because I just left Sioux City 2 or 3 years previous.
Yeah, it looks like John was traveled around a lot back then. I did. In July, on July 6th, I got John gone to Lake Barkley.
Lake Barkley, okay. That was my Kentucky guys out of Springfield, Kentucky. I think FMC was our host, and one of the FMC guys had a pretty good sized boat. Maybe 36 foot, maybe it was 30 foot, I don't know. But anyway, we went out and fished on that, what's the name of the lake?
Barkley.
On Lake Barkley? Yeah, maybe. I was thinking it was the lake around Somerset, Kentucky, but Barkley, I hope I'm on the right trip.
Yeah, I wonder. It's Lake Barkley, and then I got you at a barbecue. And I've got me on call July 8th, and you at a barbecue. That sounded about right for that.
I remember a different one with Patterson.
Traveling, and I'm working.
With Patterson and the guys on coming down the river. I mean, we might have been on Lake Barkley. I don't know.
Because then on July the 12th, you were in Memphis.
Yeah, typical.
12th and 13th,
Went to different meetings,
And I was at home and doing call and working.
Well, good.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here. July the 24th, I've got a reunion. Mom and Dad's. I went to Mom and Dad's. It looks like I went to a North Dearborn class reunion.
Oh, you went to one of your high school
I guess so. I don't remember that at all. Our wedding anniversary.
The 26th, July.
Why do I have it down on the 28th? Maybe that's when we celebrated, because the 25th to the 24th to 25th, Mom, North Dearborn class reunion, and then we went to.
When did we go to Washington?
I don't know.
You had Washington in
Washington, D.C. in July. Washington,
okay.
D.C. The
right.
end of July.
Let me tell the story on Washington, because that's what the purpose of this is, to remind us about things. We went to Washington once or twice.
Twice, I think.
Yeah. and it had mainly to do with the Kentucky Fertilizer Association, and we were there to lobby for something. I don't even know what it was, and at the time I barely knew what it was, but all I can tell you, it was cool because we went. It was first class. I wore a suit and tie on the lobbying mission. I met our state senator, and he was excellent. I've got a picture of him and I with his horse on the wall in the background. And then I went and met another politician that was from Nashville, and he wasn't quite as nice. It wasn't that he was bad. It was just he was focused on him instead of his constituents. And I can't remember his name right off the top. I'll think of it sometime. But the trip now, when I was in meetings, we went to a lot of meetings and did this kind of stuff. And Shirley was out running around town going to museums, and she got on a train.
Yeah, that was the next year. I took the subway.
Okay.
The next year. The first year, I just kind of went up and down the mall and got to see the museums and stuff while he was off doing his thing. And then the second year, I think, the second time we went, I got on the subway. And I went out to the Ford Theater. It took me a while to figure out how to ride the subway, which way to go. But I went to the Ford Theater and saw the place, the balcony where Lincoln was shot. And then across the street, there's where they took him. He didn't die on the spot there. They took him across the street to this one little house, building or something in there. And they actually had the bed there that they put him on, that he was lying on when he died. So, anyway, that was a real adventure for me to ride the
She got out
subway.
and did things on her own. It was real impressive.
Yeah, I wasn't going to sit in the hotel room.
I'm glad you didn't. I think I remember getting to see the Kennedy Memorial and 2 or 3 things that I got to see, but she got to see a ton of stuff, and that's why I'm interested in going back so we can see more museums and stuff. So I mean, Washington is very interesting. All right, what else? That was July.
Okay, we went to Jim and Brenda's on the 7th of August.
One of the things in Washington was we went to, and this was just the guys, and I don't know whether it was the first trip, second trip. We went in, and they had a cocktail set up, and they had people statues. You know what I'm saying? They're dressed like statues, and they walk around while you're having cocktails, and then they stand real still. I just remember that. It was first class. I mean, it was just really nice. All right, Brenda and Jim.
Brenda, Jim, but I just got that we went there. I didn't make very good notes back then. We returned. We went on the 7th, and we returned on the 10th of August.
Okay, 93.
93. John's mom and dad, I just have a note about them. I don't know why. Did we stop?
Could have stopped there on the way.
Stopped there and saw them on the way back?
Yeah, could very well have.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Brad came back to start school again on the 13th of August. Registration on the 17th. John returned Canada.
Canada.
I don't know. There it is. I don't know what that means.
I went to Canada once, but it was pre this. Now wait a minute. Okay, there you go. All right, this was a chemical trip, and Jerry, here in Hendersonville, he was a Sibigagi, Burnett was his last name, Sibigagi rep, and he took our whole group to Canada, and we fished, and we mainly fished, I think. But I remember eating a dinner at a bear meat on the menu, and a little bear, wasn't very good. And then I also remember going out with Patterson and some of the guys, and we'd watch the bears out, and the best place to watch them was the city dump. So we'd see all these bears tearing through the dump, which is kind of sad. But anyway, we had just a typical trip, and we drove to Toronto. We flew in, and then we drove 4 hours north of Toronto. I think is the way it went. We rented some cars and drove. Yeah. Good trip. Remember it well.
Okay, so.
Now that I think about it, I forgot about Canada.
All right. John at Jimmy's golf outing on the 24th of August.
That's one of my guys in Springfield, Jimmy Walker. He always had he had an annual golf outing for his customers. He had a wholesale business up there, and in some state park he'd have a golf outing. Yeah.
Then we go to September, and John's birthday was the 5th. And it sounds like I was left home a lot here. On the 6th, I've got John to Florida all week. You went on the 6th and returned on the 10th.
Yeah, we talked about Florida in the last year or so. I can't imagine going to Florida twice, but the big trip that I saw PD on and stuff would have been a week. So I don't know what the other trip was about. It was a Pro Solutions specialty trip to Florida. Now, there's Florida and then there's Florida. One trip we did way down into Florida, Tampa, and then once or twice we did trips to Destin. We were trying to do our Pro Solutions specialty business, and we visited golf courses and had training on chemicals for golf courses and lawn care, etc. It could very well be. When she says Florida, it could have been Destin. Probably was.
Okay, going on to September.
But I was gone a lot.
You were, and I was home working, and the kids were running wild.
Yeah.
On September 28th, you went to Montgomery, and Brad went to Gatlinburg.
Okay. I don't know why Brad would go to Gatlinburg.
I don't know, but I got Brad Gat, so I assume that's what that was.
Sometimes your mom and dad, sometimes, I guess, friends go to Gatlinburg. Where it's popular in this neck of the woods. Yeah.
And apparently we went to Indy on October 8th. I just got Indy down.
Mm-hmm.
We were gone again in October for 2 days.
You say where?
Nope, just John gone. Gone a lot. On the 16th of October, I've got Broadway dinner. Don't know what
And
that
that
was.
could be the train ride. Broadway Dinner Theater, Broadway, was it called Broadway? Anyway, the thing I'm thinking of is we had a chemical deal where we went on this train that I don't know, it's over in Mount Juliet. I don't know whether it's still, I don't know whether it's a specialty train car that they have a show on, or they just have a dinner and a ride.
It's called the Broadway Dinner Train, was what it was.
Okay, so you ride on the train, you have dinner, you ride into Nashville and ride back. That's the way I remember it, but we've got some pictures of us. I remember I had my camel jacket on, tie, and Shirley and I got pictures together maybe. And I do remember a train trip with chemicals. I mean, good God, we just had more and more things to do with chemical people. And I mean, they took us and paid for it. I paid for it all.
On Sunday, the day after my mom and dad, came mom and dad up is what I've got here. The next thing I've got, and on Friday the 22nd, Wes and Patty, I've got them coming up.
Really? 93?
They'd be coming down.
They came down maybe twice before Wes died. And they might have came down twice.
Okay, November doesn't have much.
You usually do, in business, you usually do things before the holidays, and in the holidays you don't do too much. Sometimes you go to a Christmas show, which we did the year before.
Okay, I've got Lake Tahoe down here in November.
I said that, and then what do? We got a trip to Lake Tahoe.
I've got that we went on the 18th and returned on the 21st.
Before Thanksgiving.
No notes about it at all.
Well, we had 3 trips to Lake Tahoe, I think. you know, of course, we got married out that way. But I had a seed trip one time to Lake Tahoe with Shirley and Jimmy Walker, and it was a crazy deal. This guy paid for this nice trip to Lake Tahoe just so we could sell some of his alfalfa seed, which if we sold $40,000 worth of alfalfa seed in both locations that sell that kind of seed, I'd be shocked. 3 locations, that might 4 maybe. But the point is, I don't think we sold $100,000 worth of seed, and this guy takes Jimmy and I on this big trip to Lake Tahoe. And then the next year we didn't sell any, as far as I know, best I remember. But then we had another trip one time with Frank to Lake Tahoe, with Bill Turner and that whole crew. The other guy that went to New York with us and his wife, I think they were there. And so that was
Strick, wasn't it?
No, it's the guy that was from Georgia, and his wife, I think, was Tammy. But you know, kind of a small, you know, guy, but he's kind of well built. Anyway, I can't name on the tip of the tongue. But anyway, that's 2 trips to Lake Tahoe, and I think there was a 3rd one. So for some reason, we really hit Lake Tahoe hard in the 90s. What else you got?
We went on this is over Thanksgiving. Looked like Brad went to Tom's again. On the 27th, we went to a reception at the McCohens.
McCohens.
Across the street. McCohens.
McCohens. Okay. All right. Yeah, I kind of remember that a little bit. Yeah.
9:30 a.m. done. No
Now
idea.
you're into January the next year, 94. Is that it?
No, this is December.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
I went on a home tour there, where they do.
We did those. I went with you sometime.
Yeah, on the houses. They'd have open houses.
A lot of
People around here did. And
it was pretty cool. You
yeah,
got to see
see nice houses.
the big nice houses in Hendersonville. There are several. Yeah.
Okay, this says December 6th. So we've got dinner downtown and Music City tonight.
Music City tonight. I have downtown, a dinner, and it's hard to say. I have no idea.
That's not changed. Okay.
It's probably another chemical deal.
Probably.
You know, we didn't have to spend much money on for our entertainment.
No, we were always doing things.
We were constantly being entertained by the chemical companies. Go ahead.
Okay, well, now we're over to December.
Yeah. We are.
I've got party at Opryland, and this was. Did the hospital have a party in Opryland?
Well, actually, they did. Yeah, you remember they were in that big limo, and I got pictures of you in the limo and stuff, or us in the limo. I think we had something here, maybe in Hendersonville. I don't know. Then we drove in this limo down to Opryland, and I think we just had a dinner and like a dance maybe or something that the hospital, one of the doctors paid for, a lot of it. I think it was that black doctor, the lung doctor my first lung doctor.
Wasn't Southwell?
No, it's not Southwell. It was one. It just so happens I've had 2 lung doctors, and because I got 2 little things in my lung that's been there for 30 years, haven't done anything. Hopefully it won't. And they're both black. It's just funny. One left hand and the other black one came in and took over.
Looks like we went on Christmas Eve. Looks like we went to Indianapolis. We had Christmas here on the 22nd of December.
Okay.
And then on the 24th, we went to Indianapolis, be with your family. And we went to, maybe Mom and Dad came in for the 22nd, I don't know. We were went to Indianapolis on the 24th, Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, we were in Lafayette, and we came home on the 26th.
Now, you know, when we go to Indianapolis, we usually meet her mom and dad there, and we're usually in a motel or something. I remember we did one at that Well, I told on the other tape I mentioned it, so I don't know if we did that more than once or not. I guess we did. I just don't remember. Is that it?
That's it. That's
Okay.
93.
So just to catch up on the last tape, I made a couple notes, and I talked about where the cruises were to, and I mentioned it in this tape, and they were, I think, they were Bahamas, Cancun, Key West, and that's pretty well it. I don't remember going to any of the other islands when we cruised, but I mean we had great cruises, 3 and 4 nights, 3 nights to Bahamas, 4 nights to Cancun, and you know it was nice. I mentioned at the end of the last tape, we in December we went up to our parents for our little Christmas things. While we were at my parents', we went and visited Joyce and Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? And we spent the night at Joyce and Ed's house. And I remember getting plastered and we spent the night there. So,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I just, you know, and that's the last time we saw Joyce and Ed, which they were the people that introduced us to each other. And they were my friends from before when I was married to Kim, and we used to hang out.
Well, they lived over there by you.
And they lived over. They were a neighbor of mine. I forgot to mention. And God, he rebuilt my boat engine one time, and we spent a lot of time together. And then when Shirley and I got together, we spent time with them, but we haven't seen them since that time. I don't think.
Mm-mm.
So, and then I mentioned that one of the Pro Solutions trips, P.D. Foster and I reunited. He was my boss when I was in Sioux City in the middle 80s, so it was kind of interesting. The vice president of sales and all that, retired. I think he's passed away now, but I'm not sure. So, all right, that's it. That's 1993.
Three.
All right.